Entering the mountains deep, they go deep into the mountain valleys to ponder on the Buddha way. Ponder means that they cultivate the Buddha Dharma. They cultivate in accord with the Dharma. Sutra. Seen to are those who've left desire, who dwell in constant solitude, deeply cultivating dhyana samadhi and attaining 5 spiritual penetrations. Again, are bodhisattvas seen in the peace of dhyana with palms joined, who with 10,000 lines sing praises of the Dharma kings. Commentary. Maitreya Bodhisattva continues, saying, I also see arhats and bodhisattvas who have left desire. To leave desire means to separate oneself from lust. If you separate from lust, you can cultivate the way. Those who cultivate the way should not have thoughts of greed. They should not be greedy for wealth. They should not be greedy for sex. They should not be greedy for material possessions. Once rid of all thoughts of greed, one may be said to have left desire. Who dwell in constant solitude, they like to live in the wilds where few people go, deeply cultivating dhyana samadhi. All day they sit in dhyana. If you wish to develop your wisdom, it is essential that you cultivate samadhi. Without samadhi, you will have no wisdom. So this passage of verse deals with dhyana samadhi. You should deeply cultivate dhyana samadhi. This is not to say that you cultivate it today and fail to cultivate it tomorrow. You can't cultivate for one day and rest on the next. The rest for a day, or the rest for a day, and then cultivate for half a day, or cultivate one day and rest for 10 days. You should cultivate every day without resting, not the other way around. If you rest every day and do not cultivate, you'll not attain dhyana samadhi. If you wish to obtain deep dhyana samadhi, truly to take the joy of dhyana as your food, and come to know the true flavor of dhyana, then you must work hard at your cultivation every single day. When the time comes to sit in dhyana, you must go ahead and do so regardless of how busy you are. You must find time in the midst of all your myriad activities to sit in dhyana without missing a single day. Then you can obtain the realm of skill in dhyana samadhi and attaining 5 spiritual penetrations. Through deep dhyana samadhi, they attain 5 kinds of spiritual penetrations. And what are they? The penetration of the heavenly eye, the penetration of the heavenly ear, the penetration of others' thoughts, the penetration of the knowledge of past lives, penetration of the complete spirit. They have not obtained the penetration of the extinction of outflows because this penetration is only attained at the level of equal enlightenment and wonderful enlightenment, because these are bodhisattvas who have just brought forth the resolve to cultivate. They obtain only 5 of the 6 spiritual penetrations. Where do the 5 spiritual penetrations come from? They come from the cultivation of dhyana samadhi, from the recitation of sutras, and from holding mantras. If you can sit in dhyana meditation every day with a single-minded concentration, you can obtain them. You can obtain them from reciting sutras. For example, the great Master Churchill recited the Dharma Lotus Sutra all day long until he became enlightened. When he came to the chapter of the events of Medicine King Bodhisattva, where he says, "This is true vigor, this is called a true Dharma offering," as he recited the words, he entered the Dharma flower samadhi and obtained a most lofty state. He saw the Dharma Assembly at Vajra Sutra still in progress. It had not dispersed. He saw that Shakyamuni Buddha was still there, speaking the Dharma. So one can also become enlightened by reciting the sutras, but you must recite with a sincere heart. You can't recite on the one hand and strike up false thinking on the other. Don't recite on the one hand and clam on conditions on the other. Thinking so and so has a lot of money. I've got to think of a way to get some money out of him for my own use. You can't open enlightenment reciting sutras that way because you are not reciting sutras, you're reciting money. You must recite mantras and sutras single-mindedly in order to become enlightened. Again, our bodhisattvas sing the peace of dhyana with palms joined. They are sitting in dhyana with their hands placed together, who with 10,000 lines. They make up verse after verse to sing praises of the Dharma kings. They praise the Buddhas of the 10 directions. They do not simply praise Shakyamuni Buddha, but all the Buddhas of the 10 directions, because they have been revealed in the light of Shakyamuni Buddha's white hair mark. But praising the Buddhas of the 10 directions is just to praise Shakyamuni Buddha. Why? Because Shakyamuni Buddha himself is one of the Buddhas of the 10 directions. Sutra again, a bodhisattva seen a profound wisdom and solid will, able to question the Buddhas and accept and hold all they have heard. Further, seen are Buddha's disciples, with wisdom and samadhi perfect, who with limitless analogies preach Dharma to the multitudes. Joyfully they preach the Dharma, transforming all the bodhisattvas, defeating thus the troops of Mara and beating on the Dharma drum. Commentary. Maitreya Bodhisattva says to Manjushri Bodhisattva, saying, again, are bodhisattvas seen? I also see bodhisattvas of profound wisdom and solid will. Their wisdom is extremely profound and their determination is extremely firm and solid, able to question the Buddhas and accept and hold all they have heard. They are well able to question the Buddha concerning their doubts. They ask about the Dharma and have received their answers. They can put what they have heard into actual practice in accord with the Dharma. That is, they accept, uphold, and cultivate in accord with the Dharma. Further seen are Buddha's disciples. Also seen are sons of the Dharma king, with wisdom and samadhi perfect. Their samadhi power and their wisdom power are perfected, who with limitless analogies, they use an uncountable number of parables, analogies, and doctrines in order to preach Dharma to the multitudes. They expound the Buddha Dharma for the sake of living beings. Joyfully they preach the Dharma. The more they speak, the more they like to speak. This is known as unobstructed eloquence. The Dharma which they speak is extremely profound, subtle, and wonderful. Transforming all the bodhisattvas, they teach and convert all the bodhisattvas, defeating thus the troops of Mara. They smash through the demonic hosts and beating on the Dharma drum. They loudly beat the great drum of the law. Their Dharma preaching sounds like the beating of the Dharma drum. Sutra seen to bodhisattvas in silence and tranquility. Though worshipped by the gods and dragons, they do not find it cause for joy. Also seen are bodhisattvas dwelling in forests, emitting light, relieving those suffering in the house and leading them to the Buddha way. Commentary. Seen to are bodhisattvas in silence and tranquility. They are silent, they do not speak, they sit in full lotus meditating. As they meditate, because they have skill in dhyana samadhi, various beings come to worship them. Though worshipped by the gods and dragons, they do not find it cause for joy. They don't think that is of any consequence. Why not? Because they have ability, profound skill in dhyana samadhi. Their thoughts do not stir. In cultivation, it is most important to be without thought. To be without thought. Do not have thought. Do not have what thought. Do not have false thought. If you can be without a false thought, just that is non-production. If you have no false thought, just that is no extinction. If you have no false thought, just that is no impurity. If you have no false thought, just that is no increase. If you have no false thought, just that is no decrease. If you have no false thought, there will be no right. If you have no false thought, there will be no wrong. If you have no thoughts, there will be no good, no evil. Why? Because if you have no thoughts at all, that is purity, the purity of the self nature, the wonderful nature, true suchness. However, being without thought isn't just a matter of saying, I don't have any thought. If you hold on to the not having of thought, that means you still have thought. If you can have no thought, just that is subduing your mind. If you can be without thought, you have defeated the troops of Mara. The absence of thought is most wonderful. Why do they take no delight when the gods and dragons worship them? Because they have no thought. It is also because they have patience. They have patience with production. If you have no thought, then when people make offerings to you and revere you, you will not become arrogant and think, I'm really an accomplished cultivator. Look at all the people who are making offerings to me. If you have no thought, then if people rebuke you, beat you, defame you, or try to ruin you, you will be able to endure it. This is no thought. No thought is something which everyone who studies the Buddha Dharma should learn. If you are without thought, then you have no affliction. With no affliction, that is body. Body is just affliction. Affliction is just body. Still, if you can use it, it's body. If you can't use it, it's an affliction. Before Patriarch Bodhidharma went to China, he sent ahead two of his disciples, Hsuan Hua and Yesha. The two Indian disciples went to China, where they taught the Dharma door of the Dhyana school. Their teachings are not based on language, it is a direct pointing to the mind to see the nature and realizing Buddhahood. At that time in China, there was another Indian monk named Bodhiruchi. The two monks taught the Dhyana school, and Bodhiruchi taught the Madhyamika school. Bodhiruchi persuaded the Chinese Dharma masters to run Bodhidharma's two disciples right out of the country. They were driven to Lu Mountain. At Lu Mountain, the Venerable Master Yuan, seeing them, asked, Why did they expel you? Ultimately, what Dharma door do you transmit? Hsuan and Yesha said, We teach the doctrine of the Dhyana school. The Chinese Dharma masters and Bodhiruchi on one hand are jealous of us, and on the other hand, they do not understand the Buddha Dharma. Because we were outnumbered, they succeeded in driving us out. The Dharma that we teach, we will now illustrate with an analogy. Then, sticking their hands up in the air, they opened and closed their fists several times. Was that fast or not? They asked. Very fast, replied the Venerable Yuan. Body and affliction, they replied, are just that fast. With one turn, affliction becomes body. Change again, and body becomes affliction. It's as fast as opening and closing your hand. Opening the hand is like a body. The fist is like affliction. The fist and the palm are both the same hand undergoing changes. The Dhyana school teaches that the mind itself is the Buddha. Understand the mind and see the nature. It is not the case that body is to be found apart from affliction, nor is there any affliction apart from body. Affliction is just body, body is just affliction. Birth and death is just nirvana. Nirvana is just birth and death. If you have no thought, that is nirvana. If you have thought, that is birth and death. So the Dharma draw of no thought is the foremost, the most wonderful. If you cannot produce a single thought, then the entire substance manifests. If you are without a single thought, that is no thought. Without thought, your inherent Buddha nature manifests. If you have not arrived at the level of no thought, then you have not ended birth and death. If you arrive at the state of no thought, then the ghosts and spirits have no way to disturb you. So the text says, though gods and dragons worship them, they do not find it cause for joy. Why don't they rejoice? Because they have entered the deep dhyana samadhi and arrived at the state of no thought. At the state of no thought, they have returned to the root and gone back to the source. They have returned to the original phase, to the wind and light of their native land. Everything belongs to them, is all theirs, and so when the gods and dragons pay them reverence, it's just the way things are. It's no cause to rejoice. The Bodhisattvas employ the skill of dhyana samadhi. Also seen are Bodhisattvas dwelling in forest emitting light. They cultivate self-benefit and they benefit others as well. They dwell in the forests where they cultivate dhyana meditation. After a while, they put forth a great light. Why do they do this? They are relieving those suffering in their house. They use their light to illumine the dark recesses of the house and cause the denizens of hell and the hungry ghosts to leave suffering and attain bliss. The Bodhisattvas meditate benefiting themselves and then they emit light to benefit others, and leading them to the Buddha way. They give the hell beings and the hungry ghosts the chance to seek the Buddha way.